Welcome back. In the last few videos we've been learning about the basics of HTML, and that's what we're going to continue working on in this video. Specifically, we're going to learn in this video how to work with images in HTML. After this video you should have all the basics that you need to start creating web pages, so we're going to start on our first project in the next video. But right now let's go ahead and start talking about images. I'm going to go ahead and minimize Dreamweaver here, and I can see my desktop with my local site folder right here. I've placed a few images right here on my desktop. You can use whatever images you have available on your computer for this exercise. And what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to go ahead and drag them into my folder for my website. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back into Dreamweaver, and again, if you don't see them in this list here, just go ahead and click the refresh button and you should see those images are now going to appear. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and place those images in my images folder just by dragging them up inside of there. You can see how easy it is to move files around from one place to another. And now I'm going to go ahead and open up the index.html file, and you can see the code that we've started putting into this page. I'm going to go ahead and put an image at the end, or actually we'll put an image in between hello world and another welcome message. And the tag that you're going to use to place an image in is img. Now, after img, you need to put an attribute that will direct the browser where to find the actual image. And the name of that attribute is source, or src. And then I'll do it equals quote. You remember the same format applies, or the same syntax applies to all of our different attributes. And I'm going to go ahead and use the browse option by clicking on it to go ahead and find one of those images. And there's my first image. You can see over here to the right, it's going to give you a preview of it, as well as tell you the dimensions and size of the image. I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and you can see now that it's placed the path to that image into the document as the value for the source attribute. And then I'm going to go ahead and close my image tag. Now, image tags work a little bit different than the tags that we've been working with, like the P tag and the H tags. We aren't going to go ahead and put any kind of a closing tag on an image. P, the H tags, div, they all need closing tags. Image is one of the few tags inside of HTML that doesn't need a closing. So you wouldn't do something like this. And you can see it actually started closing that div there for me. This would be incorrect. You don't need to close your image tags. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that, save it, and then we'll preview this in a browser, and you'll see there is my image. So very easy to insert images into your pages. Now, you can also use an image as a link. And to do that, again, very simple. Remember the basic format that we had here for our links. We had an opening A tag and then an href attribute that pointed to the item that you wanted the link to open up. We then had the content that became the actual link. In the case of all of our previous examples, they were pieces of text. And then we have a closing A tag. If you want to use an image as the item that somebody clicks on, you simply put the image tag here where your text normally would go. So I'm going to go ahead here and we'll do another link. And I'm going to say this is going to go to an external site. So I'm going to go ahead and send this to cnn.com. There we go. And then I close the opening A tag. And then I open up the image tag. Use the source attribute. Go ahead and find the item that I want to use, which again should be inside of your images folder. I'll select that. Then I'm going to close my image tag, and then I'm going to go ahead and close my anchor tag. So you can see here it's the exact same format for the anchor tag and the exact same format for the image that we used before. It's just you're placing this image attribute where the text for your link would normally go. So let's go ahead and save this, and I'm going to preview it in Chrome. And there's my table image, and you can see when I point at it, I get this hand-shaped cursor. And if I click on it, it's going to go ahead and open up CNN. So very easy to work with images. And again, we're not dealing with formatting at all at this point because that has to do with CSS. So we're going to go ahead and learn that in a later video. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and begin our first project, which is the website I'm calling Manchester. This one right here. And we're also going to see a rough process that you can go through when you're developing any website that'll sort of guide you from beginning to end. So I'll see you in the next video.